Volker is the executive director for the McCain Institute of International Leadership. He served as the U.S. representative to NATO under President George Bush. CNN's Anand Naidoo spoke with the ambassador about how the sanctions will impact Russia and how they might retaliate.
Well, let's talk about goals here. So the goal of the United States and Europe is to apply sanctions to Russia in a way that will cause Putin to change course on Crimea. So they're going to go after individuals that are close to Putin, businesses that are close to Putin, state-owned enterprises. And we saw, for example, that the companies Gazprom and Rosneft CEOs may be on the list of individuals targeted with travel sanctions. So that's an example of the goals there. That can hit the Russian economy a bit, and depending on how far it goes into access to the financial system, it could be very painful for Russia. And Europe has talked about creating a staged manner of increasing sanctions depending upon Russia's response. Russians, on the other hand, are intent on making this process, if it gets launched, as painful as possible for Europe. That they have a stranglehold on the gas supplies to Western Europe. They have a lot of Western investment inside Russia that they could seize or nationalize or freeze. And so they're going to be playing hardball to make sure that if there are sanctions intended to bite Russia, that they will be pushing back very, very hard.
How important is Crimea to the Ukrainian economy? And will the Ukrainian economy, which is not in very good shape right now, be hurt even further if Crimea is annexed by Russia?
Well, the Ukrainian economy is a wreck right now, and it's going to require substantial rebuilding. There is an element to which Crimea is important. There's also industrial heartland in the east of Ukraine that is also a part of Ukraine that Russia would like to get its hands on. And then there is a very much more dynamic part of Ukraine in the west that is more connected to Europe. I think that whatever outcome we see here geopolitically, and there are several that one can imagine, whatever is left of Ukraine, and we hope it's as much as possible, is perfectly viable as a state provided they have good governance, transparent finances.